Socrates, the father of Western philosophy. Socrates, a name that echoes through history as one of the greatest thinkers of all time. He asked questions that challenged the norms of ancient Athens and shaped the way humans think about morality, knowledge, and truth. Despite leaving no written works, Socrates profoundly influenced philosophy, politics, and education through his method of questioning. His life was as fascinating as his ideas, one filled with curiosity, controversy, and a relentless pursuit of wisdom. Let's dive into the story of the man who changed how we think about thinking itself. The early life of Socrates. Socrates was born around 470 BC in Athens, Greece. His father, Sophroniskes, was a stonemason, and his mother, Phaenarete, was a midwife. Socrates grew up during the golden age of Athens, a time when art, philosophy, and democracy were flourishing. Though not wealthy, Socrates received an education in the basics of reading, writing, and music. He likely worked alongside his father as a stonemason in his youth, but he eventually turned to intellectual pursuits. Unlike many philosophers of his time, Socrates did not come from an elite or aristocratic background, making his rise in intellectual circles even more remarkable. From a young age, Socrates showed an intense curiosity about life's big questions. What is justice? What is virtue? What does it mean to live a good life? Socrates as an adult. The philosopher who changed the world as an adult, Socrates devoted his life to philosophy. He did not teach in a formal school or write books. Instead, he spent his days walking through Athens, engaging people in conversations about ethics, politics, and the nature of knowledge. Socrates developed a unique method of inquiry now known as the Socratic Method. This involved asking a series of probing questions to challenge assumptions and uncover deeper truths. His goal wasn't to provide answers, but to encourage critical thinking and self-reflection. Socrates believed that knowledge was the key to virtue, and that an unexamined life was not worth living. His ideas often clashed with the traditional beliefs of Athens, earning him both admirers and critics. Despite his unconventional lifestyle and lack of material wealth, Socrates gained a loyal following, including notable students like Plato and Xenophon. Socrates' trial and death. Socrates' philosophical practices eventually led to his downfall. In 399 BCE, he was accused of corrupting the youth of Athens and impiety, failing to honor the city's gods. During his trial, Socrates defended himself with his characteristic wit and logic, refusing to back down from his principles. He famously declared that he would rather die than give up philosophy. The jury sentenced him to death by drinking a cup of poison hemlock. Even in his final moments, Socrates remained calm and composed, discussing the nature of the soul and the afterlife with his followers. His death became a symbol of the struggle for intellectual freedom and the pursuit of truth. Summary of Socrates' achievements and impact. Socrates never wrote a single word, but his teachings and ideas were immortalized by his students, especially Plato. His legacy includes the development of the Socratic Method, a cornerstone of critical thinking and education, inspiring future philosophers, including Plato and Aristotle, who laid the foundations of Western philosophy, challenging the traditional beliefs of his time and promoting the importance of questioning and self-reflection. Socrates' life and teachings continue to influence philosophy, ethics, and education worldwide. Top 10 questions about Socrates. What was Socrates known for? Socrates is known for being a founding figure of Western philosophy and for creating the Socratic method of inquiry. Why didn't Socrates write anything down? Socrates believed that writing could distort knowledge and preferred dialogue as a way to explore ideas. What is the Socratic method? It's a form of questioning that encourages critical thinking and helps uncover deeper truths by challenging assumptions. Who were Socrates' most famous students? Plato and Xenophon were among his most notable students. Plato went on to write extensively about Socrates' ideas. Why was Socrates sentenced to death? He was accused of corrupting the youth of Athens and impiety, or disrespecting the city's gods. How did Socrates die? Socrates was executed by drinking a cup of poison hemlock in 399 BCE. What were Socrates' main beliefs? He believed in the importance of self-knowledge, critical thinking, and living a virtuous life. Did Socrates have a family? Yes, he was married to Xanthippe and had 3 sons. What was Socrates' famous quote? One of his most famous quotes is, "The unexamined life is not worth living." What impact did Socrates have on philosophy? Socrates laid the groundwork for Western philosophy, influencing thinkers like Plato, Aristotle, and countless others throughout history.